Dr. Navneet, let's get the snowball rolling here. Let's understand and help the viewers also understand this context. I've made it quite clear right at the beginning as well that the debate is not about fear, it's about accountability. But in a high-risk environment like a medical evacuation, something that you specialize in, what separates a professional air ambulance operator from a basic charter providing or offering medical transport? Why I'm asking you this is because one needs to understand how rigorous are the medical and aviation readiness, the checks before an air ambulance actually takes off, and your entire viewpoint on the crash site, these visuals, dastardly and fatal, that we're seeing. Your viewpoint. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you, Kabir. Well, first of all, I'd like to correct that Redbird Aviation you mentioned was a different company, which is a training company, and all the accidents you enumerated was that company, that was the training aircrafts. This company is different. They are the charter operators based out of Delhi, and they also do air ambulances.
Yep.
Unluckily, in India, we have the same charter aircrafts which are convertible into air ambulances with the approval from DGCA and all the OEMs. That's what it is. And in the Western world, there are designated air ambulances. But in India, we have these conversions which are very justified and regulated by the operator as well as the DGCA, and the permissions to convert comes from the OEMs, that is the original aircraft, the original aircraft manufacturers. So this is what it is. That's one part. Now, operating an air ambulance and operating a charter, there is a life involved in this, and it's very sad to have this kind of accidents. There are multiple factors involved in this. The learned panel and the people from DGCA and the pilot panels, they must be putting better light on these exact what causes the air accident. But having said that, now after COVID, post-COVID, the scenario has changed drastically in India. And definitely the numbers you gave for the upcoming market of airlines in India, aircrafts in India, and private charters is overwhelming. And these all aircraft which are operated are very well maintained, and DGCA keeps a very tight watch on us. As an operator myself, we definitely go through rigorous checks and balances, and DGCA is always, there are like scheduled maintenance operations, and there are scheduled audits and checks which are very rigorously done by DGCA. The only thing is that, which I personally feel, is the lack of training facilities in India. Whether it's aircraft maintenance training, MROs, as well as the pilot trainings. And third is the aircraft which we are taking are mostly aircraft which are used before. Okay. So we usually don't buy a new aircraft, except few people. And these aircrafts, let me tell you, the aircrafts does not have any age. So age-related query, if somebody takes out, that's not very honest to be that way, because the aircrafts are never aged, because it's a very, very regulated field, wherein any aircraft part is changed in according to the age. They cannot fly the aircraft even one day more than that. Whether this working or not working doesn't matter. Now, second thing comes up, that the regulatory authorities are very, very keen on getting to the audits and safety checks, that they are rigorously performed. And let me tell you that aircraft accidents are by far the least accidents happen in India. Unluckily, it has happened. But if you see the data, the maximum accident don't happen in India.
Okay.
Because of the regulator checks and balances, and we care for some lives, because aircraft accidents are pretty lethal. There are very less chances of surviving those aircraft. That's why these are called very dangerous. But by and large, it's the safest mode of travel in the world. And as the time is going up, especially the patient care, people don't have access to the Center of Medical Excellences are not there in periphery, so they usually come to Delhi, Bombay, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and all so on and so forth in Chennai. So that is why these aircrafts are getting pretty common, especially post-COVID. People have opened up to these medical center of excellences, and the aircrafts usually fly very safe. These aircrafts are pretty safe, and we have been doing this for last 20 years, and we have transported so many patients across the globe.
You've been
As far
doing
as
this for the last
maintenance
20 years, doctor. But let me interject here. You know, as this sector is expanding rapidly, we threw some numbers as well in the introduction. Are pricing pressures creating unhealthy competition in this critical care aviation?
Well, the competition is definitely there, but having said that, you cannot compromise with the safety of the aircraft. That's the thumb rule.